And I'm going to set it off with my guy Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And this is a film that kind of escalated violence and tension, and it's a world-renowned classic, but I think the character Leatherface stands out here a lot as the film slasher, man. And interestingly enough, we get a group of teenagers or early 20s kids or whatever. It's hard to tell with these kind of films, but you know, they get broken down on the road somewhere out in Texas. And Texas is huge, man. Texas is like 5 states, you know, depending on the state. And they're in the middle of nowhere, and all of a sudden they encroach upon this twisted, demented family's property. And they're all kind of dangerous, but the most dangerous one here is Leatherface. And I think Leatherface is a really unique killer because he's someone that I think by today's terms we would call them special needs. You know, the PC term, you know, for that. And it's wild because, you know, we get the idea that you know, there's butchering in this character's past, you know, and we get like a demented version of that's also graduated from butchering livestock, you know, for a living. I don't even know if this guy did it for a living. He probably seems like he did it for fun. I don't think he held down a regular job in his life just because he's not able to function like that. He's heavily disfigured, almost has an inbred look and feel to him. I'm not sure the full background. Was he inbred? Was his paw his mom? Or something crazy like that? Or his Uncle Paul? Or Auntie Mama? I don't know, man. But for whatever reason, he's a big guy too, man. Big. Physically strong. Special needs strength.
Eloquently put. Eloquently put.
and he just wants to kill everyone that's not his direct family. In this particular film, man, he just goes about killing these kids, man, and in various means, man, butchering them. One of my favorite scenes in this was when he pulls out he comes up on this one kid, he opens the door and he's just standing there. This is the first time we see his full physical presence. He's got his work gear on, like the butcher's apron, and it's already stained, and he hits this kid in the head with like a hammer, like a mini sledgehammer, and boom, and just drags him in. And you would think it'd be cool if that hammer killed him. You would hope that killed you, but no, that's just to stun you. Then you go into this room and it's straight butchery, man. One of the craziest parts about this scene too, the scene that happens in, is he's about to butcher this one person. Somebody else he done busted in the head wakes up and he just lifts her up and throws her on the hook, and then goes back to doing this. I'm like, yo, this is crazy.
He treats him just like they would treat, like you said, livestock in a butcher shop. And you know, one of the most impactful things about this particular slasher is what you get at the beginning of the movie. It made him so much more fearful because they say that it's based on a true story because it was loosely based on Ed Gein. And they're talking about how they're robbing the graves and they're doing all this stuff. And when you can instill that into somebody's mind before you give them all of this vicious imagery of this menacing man that's the size of, I don't know, somebody's refrigerator. I mean, my God.
It's that the stalking slasher stuff I think is compressed in this film compared to other ones, but essentially he hunts down this whole crew and takes them out. That's all his intentions. I feel like in other films that process is more drawn out through the totality of the film, but when it happens in here, it's condensed, and then we get the one lone survivor that hers is even more drawn out. You know she's going to be killed eventually, but that part is even crazy, man. But also, I like this guy because, you know, as a slasher, like, I don't like what he's doing, but the crazy part to me is that the family, they're fine with him. We know him. He knows them. There's a scene later on in one of the more modern sequels where he's chasing a victim, and the victim rolls up into like this, what was it like? It looked like a trailer, and they're just sitting in there, and he's at the door, and they're like, man, get out of here. They're like, the family tells him, like, yo, go. Like you're not welcome here right now. And the crazy part is,
interrupting my show.
they're not offering any comfort to this victim. There's like, all right, you can come in here and chill for a minute, but you're gonna have to go back out there and we ain't helping you. Like your fate is like it's so crazy that like he's a twisted killer, but also I feel like he has a support system with the family, even the sheriff, and then the whole town built around him. It's just wild. He's one of the crazy.
And one thing that really makes him menacing is that he totes a chainsaw.
Yes, yeah, that part too.
That's insane.
Man, that's one of the scariest things. That's one of the scariest.
Chainsaws are scary just because of what they are.
They're scary when you just using them. You don't want that joint to kick back and like
exactly. And he's out there.
Yeah, man. Whew, crazy.
Leather.